Ain't gonna lie, John Wick is a hard man to shop for. So a huge shout out to ShopTagger for partnering on this video, because at any given time, I'm shopping for about 5 to 10 different video themes I've got planned in the future. Sneak peek of those if you don't skip ahead. So that's why I use ShopTagger to visualize all the gear I've curated for each theme in a grid, which helps me feel like I've got the products right in front of me. And when a theme is ready to start filming, since I've already bookmarked all the gear in a single list, I'm instantly ready to drop some dollar bills. Plus, using ShopTagger is super simple. Download the extension for Chrome, shop like you regularly do, and when you see something you like but don't want to jump the gun just yet, you can let ShopTagger know to notify you when it goes on sale, and that's it. Perfect, because surprise, surprise, I actually buy a majority of the products I use in my videos. Better yet, when you do decide to check out, ShopTagger can auto-magically scan for any coupon codes to help you save a little more. And it doesn't end there. You can even earn cash back via PayPal when you shop from select retail partners. So if you want to save some money and organize your online shopping addiction, download ShopTagger with the first link down below. Anyways, let's check it out. If you know, you know.
Honestly, this took so long because all John Wick carries are weapons, really old memorabilia, and what looks like an iPhone 4. So to urbanize his look, I started with the outfit that resembles his staple black and white suit look. This is the Nobis Tate tech jacket. It's just as expensive as a suit, but worth it for the black on black, and while not bulletproof, it also offers plenty of weatherproofing features, and it has an inside pocket to store the Boogeyman's favorite weapon. Except this HB Apple Pencil dbrand skin can be yours for a low price of $7. Anyways, John doesn't seem to carry any bags with him, but in John Wick III, he does have a secret book stash. And so I thought that makes the perfect sling bag alternative. So this is the Amazon Basics book safe, disguised as an English dictionary with a combination lock inside. The exterior does feel like an old hardcover book you'd find in your standard book museum, aka library. If you look at the sides up close, it is a dead giveaway, but passable if it's stored on a shelf. And it flips open like an actual book to reveal a safe they claim to be made of steel. Personally, I wouldn't store anything of value inside of it, but as a very unique wallet to walk around though, heck yeah. Like I said, John Wick isn't a materialistic man, and his EDC only exists because of this good boy. While he definitely would carry more intense pieces, the quiet carry current knife is one we can all add to our collection. It's got a machine G10 handle, titanium hardware all around, and most importantly, an LC200N steel blade, which is the same stuff NASA uses because of its extremely corrosion resistant properties. That means for us regular humans not floating in space, it can handle the outdoors just fine and the wettest environments as well. It's a pretty flat blade, and the cleaver-like design makes it perfect for cooking, and while it's a little intense for the day-to-day, I can't imagine John Wick would have it any less for his main carry. Plus, this button-snapped thick leather sheath makes it pretty safe to carry such a pointy thing around, and even offers a belt carry option too. This next one is a must for John Wick, and pretty much one of the main reasons he's still alive for a 4th movie, an official blood oath marker set that's licensed by the movie themselves from Chronicle Collectibles. It's definitely a super fan item and something to show off if you do pick it up, but the detail is insane and feels like an ancient coin. It's got the opening cover made of all metal that makes it feel like it isn't some cheap movie souvenir, and it even comes with 4 commission coins too. While these aren't actually made of gold, they're fairly light and they're still made of metal. They do have similar attention to detail, and they feel like actual coins you can walk into the Continental and book a night stay with. So I thought long and hard on what else he'd actually carry and gear that you can actually purchase, and I came up with all these other awesome EDC coins. Like this Carpe Noctem coin from Carpe Diem EDC, I've got the bronze finish to fit his rustic vibes, but it's another decorative and elegant design coin that has some heft to it, and while Carpe Diem is all about seizing the day, their Noctem coin is meant for seizing the night. Then there's a more playful coin from Shire Post Mint. This is their decision coin. A little less life and death decision making and more Netflix and chill or catch some Z's kind of choices. It's easily one of my favorite for the elegance that's carved into this one. Just look at the detail in that foot. Each coin is hand treated, so no 2 coins are the same, and it's no larger than a Canadian toonie. Next up, this American quarter is from Covert Coins and appropriately named the Covert Quarter, because on the outside it looks like a regular quarter, which I would 132% accidentally use to pay for my sour key candy. But using their special included tool cool, bang bang, whop, wabam. The Covert coin has a very slight gap inside. It's perfect to pass along some love notes, but honestly, I'm just more worried about accidentally spending this. Now with the last coin in this collection, if you know, you know. This is fellow YouTuber Peter McKinnon's very own Pete's Pirate Life Pirate Coin version 2. Sure, at first glance, it's just a coin, but once you actually hold it in your hand, feel the texture of the rope wrapped around it and the tentacles swallowing the boat. Damn, that's my review of it. Damn, it's such an immaculate piece of metal. Holding it in your hand for some reason just makes you feel better. It's a little bit knowing that you're part of the pirate life. Plus, this one's so fancy, it even comes with its own leather pouch, and I'll leave the unboxing experience of this coin a surprise for those who do snatch one, because that's a journey on its own too. So that's the book safe that I would imagine he carries instead of a bag. There's plenty of room left for other goodies like this sneak peek from later in the video. Lock this baby up, and if you don't move around too much, no one will know you're not actually really bad at English. Now moving on to the front jacket pocket, it's fairly spacious, but I've got this little guy. A nudge to the coin collection, but a little more functional. This is another Facebook group exclusive, the EDCLOONG Hearthstone spinner, because if John Wick did carry a fidget toy to manage what I'm sure is massive anxiety from everyone hunting him, it'd be this masterpiece. This is the blackened titanium model. There's no loose parts flailing around, it's just solid metal stuck on metal, and yeah, you just spin it. Now it's hard to explain the value of that, and it's nothing like those cheap dollar fidget spinners kids used to buy. These ones are actual pieces of art, and if you thought sex was great, you gotta feel the satisfaction from perfectly spinning something. The Hearthstone spinner also takes it one step further. It's also a haptic coin, which if you thought spinning was satisfying, this is next level satisfaction guaranteed. Basically, if you go turn your oven dial and think about how great it is to know the dial landed on the exact spot you wanted it to, it's that feeling in your fingers over and over again. It's achieved thanks to the embedded magnets inside. You're basically constantly realigning them, but thanks to the coin design, it looks and feels super smooth while doing so. Plus, the benefit of it being an absolute unit, you don't have to worry about it, which is perfect for John Wick, who is constantly being punched and kicked around. These are limited and exclusive to the EDCLOONG Facebook group, so I've linked that group to join down below. Now, John doesn't play with much fire in the movie, but in the real world, I imagine he would. Nothing fancy because he's constantly throwing everything he owns away, so this Bic lighter holder from Goodsworth is kinda his vibe. It's basically his motto throughout the whole movie. Essentially, take them all out. The case itself, though, does nothing. It's a solid piece of brass, but it does feel nice with the engraved logo and lettering, so it doesn't have a cheap feel to it, given a Bic lighter is like an eighth of a commission coin, as that seems to be the currency for him. So if you do carry one around, this is a nice way to upgrade it to feel a little more classy. Moving up top to the angled button pocket, I don't imagine he carries a lot of cards, so I'm going with the Gerber GDC money clip instead, thanks to the little surprise it's hiding inside. In no way will I say this is a sleek and fashionable money clip. This is designed to get the job done. With a full G10 scale front plate, titanium coated steel body, and anodized aluminum accents, it can take a beating, something John Wick is fairly familiar with. The clip can accommodate up to 5 cards, but let's be real, he doesn't own a bank account. Thankfully, as money clips do, dollar bills fit just fine. And it's just satisfying how the bills fit perfectly within the wide design too. Plus, thanks to that large clip, nothing is slipping out of this beauty. But the real reason I picked this for John is this green ring. Push it, and wha-bam. He needs to constantly be ready for any attack, so having something to defend for himself at all times is a must, and what more convenient than being built into his wallet. Now in the real world, it's no workhorse, but for opening boxes and fighting loose strings, you know, regular human being battles, this ensures you're always ready to win. And thanks to the tough design of the clip and combined with that locking button, the knife stays in place even through my scientific shake test. So yeah, it's not the fanciest looking wallet or even one to carry the most, but for John, it's the perfect wallet in case a ninja jumps out of a garbage can to try and complete the contract placed on his head. Moving to the other side, this is a fun one. Literally made from all wood, I wouldn't blame you if you thought this was a child's toy. But from elastic precision, this cute one is the PPK, while this big boy is the 1911 rubber band gun. Let me be absolutely clear though, I don't condone violence with these or any gear I showcase. But it's hard to ignore John Wick's clear fetish with guns. So I think this is the best everyday alternative to that. The frames are made from maple wood, known to be one of the tougher ones out there, with a dark walnut grip that does nothing functionally, but definitely doesn't hurt visually. The same thing goes for the 1911, which looks a little more involved with a few more screws to keep everything in place, but built just as tough, and both can handle some wear and tear as well. Now for the fun part, let's load these guys up. The guns themselves are simply placeholders, as the elastic bands do all the work. Now you will have to manually load one at a time, with 5 in total on the PPK, but basically every time you pull the trigger, the first one fires and the rest rest get rolled up automagically. It's actually quite genius. The same mechanics go for the 1911, except this one holds 6 rounds, and yeah, while the aim isn't exact, it makes for some super fun target practice competitions with your friends or coworkers. It's rated to fire up to 20 feet, and while yes, that's technically true, I personally found the strength of the bands to be best under 10 feet at most. I will repeat though, avoid shooting at skin because I'm a big boy and all, but that shit still hurts. Mirroring to the other side, up top, although not something practical to carry with you on the daily, this is a Cryptex code lock safe or something. It just looks really cool and actually works well as a mini safe. Again, this is also an absolute unit, about the size of a can of Coke. It's just all metal. Blacked out, obviously, and you will most definitely feel the weight of it all in your hand. But if you've ever watched those treasure movies, which John Wick is borderline with all those old school artifacts, being able to play with a 6-lettered code lock is pretty wicked. Now the default password is I love you because it's technically meant to hide a Valentine's gift or whatever, but popping it open, you've got quite a bit of space to store a stack of tiny objects, like say daily essentials. Don't worry, you can change the password to any 6-letter combo if I love you is too manly for you, but once shut and locked in, you really won't be able to break into it without knowing the code, which I'm sure John Wick will appreciate given all his random hidden storage spots. That's the jacket pocket carry, but moving a little lower, clipped onto the belt loop, he may not need a phone, but he does need keys. I think he'd appreciate the Urban Carvers quick release. Basically 2 really strong magnets that allow you to connect 2 separate things together really quickly and surprisingly stay connected through all of this while still easily being separated with just a tug. Now connected on one end, another from quiet carry, the Helm Carabiner. Mechanically, it's like any other carabiner, except it's made of a titanium frame with some sleek angled edges and its main seller a built-in flathead tip. Now it won't be good enough to build your IKEA furniture, but it's still a convenient backup just in case. Plus it also works as a great box cutter too. Now unclipping the other end though, we're back to keeping John Wick armed with everyday objects. This is the Tactikey Key, just this solid piece of rubber with a hole in the bottom designed to fit, well, a key. It's shaped so that when you squeeze it in between your fingers in a fist, you've instantly got a way to defend yourself with everyday objects you always have on you. The best part is it doesn't look intimidating on your keys either, but is always instantly accessible in combination with the Urban Carvers quick release. It's not something you wish to ever have to use, but it doesn't take up much space, and its all rubber design can withstand being sat on as well. Beside that though, another from Goodsworth, this is their knife key. That also makes a statement on its own. The middle finger is engraved into the key. I love the attitude this is giving off. Anyways, it's the mini knife that you can flip out from it that really matters. Again, another inconspicuous tool that can go as far as open your boxes and those damn FedEx invoice letters, or do I only get those? It stays in place when not in use, which is great so you don't accidentally stick your hand into a pocket with it open. Don't expect anything more than a large key with some attitude problems. Next, the belt itself actually. This is the Wazoo cash belt buckle that, like the rest of the video, is hiding something inside of it. I personally love the all black Cerakoted stainless steel brandless front design of the buckle, and it wouldn't be a real EDC belt without a bottle opener built in as well. But it's flipping this open to the inside that matters. The underside is lined in a soft microfiber with dual elastic retention straps. It will only hide fairly flat items as it still needs to close shut to work. That's why I went with another from Quiet Carry, the complete opposite from the beginning of the video, the Bandit keychain knife. It's as thick as a piece of gum and as wide as my finger. This packs a 1.2-inch blade that is still able to lock into place. It's got a textured top for added grip on this tiny tool, and its titanium body means you can put it to work for all your tiny cutting needs. It will also fit perfectly on your keychain with a built-in keyhole, but it conveniently fits inside the cash belt too. It's so small that it can stick out for instant access without even opening it, although you will want to stick with a thinner belt webbing. Otherwise, it's just another backup tool at John Wick's disposal. Anyways, a final look at the Nobis Tate Tech jacket. It's lightweight, loaded with pockets, and with their fancy micro denier fabric, it's windproof, waterproof, yet still very breathable. Plus, like Keanu Reeves, they're also Canadian. Eh?
Let me know what superhero EDC you want to see next in the comments down below. Anyways, that's it. I rest my John Wick EDC. Ain't gonna lie.